You
Yep.
mentioned before you were friends with Randy Savage. Could you share with us any stories about Randy that might not be out there?
Oh yeah. Well, because he's passed, I walk a fine line, to be honest with you. I'm a loose cannon. I mean, from where I've been and what I've done in this business, I mean, I started off as an announcer to get used to the people, then a referee, then a wrestler. Then I promoted later on when I ran PWF for Florida, early 90s, to teaching. My first student was Tracy Smothers, and then thousands after that. But it's just fitting in. But Randy was more or less just a wrestler. He tried to promote a little bit and everything, but Randy had a funny side to him. He was kind of like a complex guy. He was high maintenance, but he was a fun guy because I always was messing with. I mean, I would do things like Randy, like him and myself and Mike Rotundo would always split a room. Three guys in a room that we could all afford for a room, but we wouldn't get it separate rooms because we like to hang out with each other. Then we'd flip for the bed every night. I always let Randy win because the flip for the bed was you slept on the box springs and I take the mattress off and sleep on the floor. And I always made him feel like he beat me, but he was sleeping on that hard ass box springs. One night when Randy was going through his divorce with Liz, he was on the phone like 2 o'clock in the morning. Me and Rotundo are trying to sleep, and he's going, "Hey, pick up the phone, Liz. It's me, Randy." And I go, "You don't think she knows your voice by now? She ain't home. She's somewhere with her boyfriend." And he'd get so upset. And then somebody, how when you spend the night in hotels night after night after night, when you get up to go to the bathroom, you get sometimes disoriented. Well, I think it was Rotundo. He always said it was me, but I think it was him. But somebody went in the bathroom and went to pee and didn't turn the light on and actually pissed all over the floor. Randy slept in his socks. So Randy goes in there later on, and I hear Randy wakes me and Rotundo both up. Hey, what's this water on the floor? And he turned on the light and he said, "Man, somebody peed all over the floor. My socks are soaking wet." And his humor was in dry wit. And he was trying to be so serious sometimes, but he'd been around me too long. I mean, that worked for new people that he was around, but it didn't work for me. So I played with him repeatedly, constantly. And I'd go rent a car. I'd rent the smallest, crappiest rent-a-car you could rent. And he'd go, "Man, I can't pull up to the building in this." And I said, "Well, why don't you just let me drop you off on the corner and you could walk up?" And, he wouldn't stay in the car with me when I'd rent a car. But it was nonstop. You have to entertain yourself when you're on the road as much as we were. We were gone sometimes 60 days in a row in those days.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Support us on patreon.com for $1.99 a month to watch our full shoot interviews ad-free and help our channel grow. Follow us on Twitter at the Hannibal TV for instant updates.